Hello there, it's Atri101 here today. I'm gonna be talking about um Microsoft and like Windows and that because I hate Windows. I hate Windows. The operating system, not the thing that exists in like houses and that. Um, yeah, I don't like Windows. I've been using Linux for 3 years. Yeah, because it was around 2021 when like the end of 2021 when I switched to Linux. So yeah, just over 3 years I've been using Linux. And I've never thought about going back to Windows because it's just that much better. Again, I switched to Ubuntu in the end of 2021. It's start of 2025 right now, and yeah, I'm using Arch. I switched to Arch around a year ago. I started dual booting Arch on my PC around a year ago, and I've like slowly just fully switched to Arch since then, and it's great. I like it. It's very nice. Why do I not like Windows then? It just sucks. It just sucks. Like even Mac is better. Like I can understand Mac users liking Mac because well they've paid a lot of money, so that it's like they can't kind of justify not liking it after spending so much money on Mac. So I guess that's why they're kind of like Mac, and so I can kind of uh let Mac users off the hook because it's not as bad as Windows, I don't think, and they've paid an absurd amount of money for it. So it's like you can't really make fun of them. I guess you can, but it's not as bad as Windows users. Windows users, they pay a bunch of money for Windows, and it's shit. At least Mac is like decent. Windows is just shit. I hate it so much. I remember when I used to use Windows, it used to constantly do like the blue screen of death. When it would just randomly crash and you just get this blue screen. And it just said, "Oh no!" I can't remember what it said, but it's like I remember I used to get that all the time, and it's like I haven't had that for like 3 years, and it's like I'd never thought about it. I don't have to think about that anymore. I don't have to think about when I'm using my computer just randomly stopping, randomly crashing. That just doesn't happen on Linux. It doesn't happen. It's not something that frequently happens. I don't really have to worry about it, especially on Arch. Yeah, and also the just updates. Linux updates are so much better. Especially like I was using Windows during online school, and it sucked because it kept crashing. And Windows is so shit that I could just say whenever I wanted to get out of online school, "Oh yeah, Windows crashed. I got the blue screen of death," and I could just use that as an excuse not to like to kind of when I would just randomly leave online lessons because when they ask me a question, "Oh yeah, I got the blue screen of death." "Oh yeah, my Wi-Fi just randomly disconnected." You know, that's not really a Windows problem. That's Wi-Fi disconnecting. That's just like I was pretending to have bad Wi-Fi, so I would just disconnect my Wi-Fi whenever I was asked a question. And I was like, "Oh no, my internet disconnected," and it's like, well, yeah, technically, I disconnected my Wi-Fi. So, side note: if you wanna be good at lying, you have to cover all the bases. You have to cover all the bases, and yeah, you have to take into account everything. You want to treat it as though it's the truth. Don't lie unless it's absolutely necessary, and when you do, treat it as though it's the truth. That's how you do it. So when I would like wanna uh like get out of online school, when I was like asked a question and I was scared to answer it because I had this whole narrative crafted that my internet sucked, which it did because everyone was using it for work and school and stuff in my house. So that was true. That was actually true. If you lie but you base it on truth, then it's a better lie. So I had this narrative crafted, and it was true. It was true, very true, that my Wi-Fi sucked, and sometimes it would disconnect me. So I would use that, and then say I was asked a question, I would turn my Wi-Fi off. Right? What this also meant was that I wouldn't be able to talk to my friends on Discord either because my Wi-Fi was kind of disconnected. So that kind of my friends I don't know if I told them about it, but it's like, yeah, my Wi-Fi just randomly disconnected. Oh no, what's happening? But yeah, I was just kind of um just doing that to like get out of the online lessons. I went on such a tangent just then, but anyway, where Windows sucks. Windows sucks. Um, it's just so slow and bloated. Like it just gets so bloated. I remember when I started sixth form, you know, because my school, one of the sites use right now, but I think both sites use Windows. But yeah, they use Windows, and I think most schools probably use Windows, and it just sucked so much. I hate Windows so much. They were using Windows 11. The computers on there were Windows 11, and oh my god, the loading times are so ridiculously slow. It's like, how do people use this shit? It's like when I'm booting into Linux, it's just instant. It's like doesn't even take a minute. It's just like less than a minute, like at most 30 seconds it takes to boot. It's like, it's just it takes so bloody long to load Windows. It's like wasting so much time. So much lesson time. You only get like an hour or two per lesson. Like in sixth one, it's like between 1 or 2 hours, depending on if it's like a double period. Um, but yeah, that's like a stupid amount of time, like 5 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes. If it's really bad to boot, it's like why? Why? It's just whereas with Linux, it's just it boots instantly. It's amazing. I love Arch Linux so much. You know, yeah, and it's just everything on Windows takes so long to load. It's like I just couldn't handle. I couldn't handle the Windows computers. I dropped APQ later for unrelated reasons, but it's like, oh my god, I cannot deal with this. The urge to bring in my own laptop. It's insane. I think though you needed to like register your laptop with the school or something, or like have some kind of permission slip to be able to use your own laptop. But yeah, the computers, Windows, Windows computers suck ass. And it's like, one of the criticisms people have of Linux, I guess, is that it's difficult to use for like people that aren't nerds, which is just not really true in my opinion. Like, you have the like distros like Ubuntu and Mint, Linux Mint. I haven't tried Mint. I wanna try Mint. Linux Mint. I think that would be cool to try. Um, but yeah, yeah, it might be cool to try Linux Mint. But I have used Ubuntu. I used Ubuntu for like 2 years, and it was pretty easy to use. Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I have to use the terminal sometimes for when I install stuff, but it's not actually that hard. It's just kind of if you're, it just kind of sounds a bit scary having to put commands in to do stuff instead of clicking buttons. So like looking through the settings button or something, you have to like use the terminal, and even Arch Linux is not that difficult to use. You just have to look at the Arch wiki and do what it says. You just do what the wiki says. Just put the commands in, and it's not actually that bad. It's not that bad. You just kind of have to do things yourself. I don't recommend Arch for like just casual computer users who don't know much about computers, but like I would 100% recommend Mint or Ubuntu. I haven't used Mint, so I don't know, but I want to try it. I want to try it because apparently it's also good. But yeah, I've used Ubuntu, very good. So if you want to switch to Linux, if you hate Windows so much and you want to switch to Linux, that you want something that's faster, free as well. It doesn't cost anything. It's free, which is another thing that's better. Windows costs. I don't know how much it costs. A lot of money probably. But yeah, it's free, and it's so much better. you know. And gaming, gaming works fine for me on Linux. You just need to install like Proton, and it works fine. And because it's like there's a lot less bloat on Linux, it actually just runs faster. So yeah, takes less time to load as well. I would 100% recommend switching to Ubuntu or Mint, and then maybe Arch Linux in the future, but only if you feel very comfortable using Linux, then you switch to Arch. But like Ubuntu is great, Mint is great. Probably some other ones are great. Oh yeah, just that was just Windows. I also hate Microsoft for other reasons. So I hate Bill Gates as a fucking lizard. Yeah, he's a fucking lizard. I hate him. Hate the bastard. Hate all billionaires. Fucking pricks. Lizard ass pricks. I'm gonna also make a rant about Elon Musk. I hate that guy. He's such a prick. Anyway, yeah. They bought Minecraft like 10 years ago. I remember when they bought Minecraft. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like, I don't think it was that long after I started playing. Like, probably around the time I started playing is when they bought Minecraft. And it's like, I do not like Microsoft owning Minecraft, because I have to use like a Microsoft account. And it's just, the bloat of Microsoft is just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, when I'm like using Google Classrooms for school and stuff, it just kind of works. It doesn't have like these bloated loading times, but like with Microsoft Teams and that, I don't know what it is, it's so bloated. I don't know how they do it. And they just managed to make it so ridiculously shit and have ridiculously slow loading times and make it just so annoying to use. I don't know how they do it. I just don't use Microsoft shit anymore because I hate it so much. I hate Microsoft. Worst company ever. One of the worst companies ever. I mean, they all suck, but like, I hate Microsoft. Use Windows. No, don't use Windows. Use Linux. Microsoft Edge sucks as well, bro. If you ever used it, it absolutely sucks. Don't use Chrome. Don't use Edge. Use Firefox. Firefox is based browser. I switched to Firefox ages ago, and LibreOffice so much better than Microsoft Office. I just feel like Microsoft stuff is needlessly bloated. Like, if you've ever used Teams, it's just needlessly bloated. Everything takes so long to load. I hate it so much. I remember one of the sites used Google Classroom. So it's like, I was at physics for one of the sites and they use Google Classroom so much better than Teams. But yeah, my maths classes were in another site which used Teams. So yeah, sucked. I remember using online school as well. We had to use Teams. It sucked so much. I hated it so much. I actually hate Teams so much. Bloody bastards. I wish my school used Classroom during lockdown. It would have been so much easier. But anyway, yeah, I hate Microsoft. Stop using Microsoft stuff. Instead, use Linux or open source stuff like Linux, LibreOffice, Firefox. That's it. Goodbye. Next video will be about some other topic. Probably how much I do not like Elon Musk. He's a prick. And yeah, goodbye. Fuck Bill Gates. Fuck Microsoft. Fuck Windows. Fuck all of that shit. I hate it all.